numbers. They spent $53 million through about 205,000 transactions, and they did so with what's called P cards. They're purchasing cards. These are the figures for last year. Pardon me. Let's bring in Rachel O'Brien from OpenTheBooks.com to talk about this. So, Rachel, in the commercial break, we were chatting a little bit. And when it comes to these purchasing cards, this is the first year that the district has provided you the details. So it's almost like year one for us to do a compare contrast moving forward.
Yeah, that's right. Last year, they just gave us a total of what they spent, and they wouldn't tell us what they spent it on. So there are hundreds. We're able to see there's hundreds of these purchasing cards or P cards that staff can use to buy things. They can book a charter bus for a trip or a hotel for a school trip, buy supplies, order food, you name it. And so in April, we did a report on travel expenses of the school district. And that time, also, the school district, same as they did last year, they would not send us their complete travel expenses. They said it would be too burdensome to compile. So after we did the segment, they actually did send us their total travel spending. So that is part of this. So that was $4.5 million last year was travel spending. And then if you look at the bigger items that are being purchased with these P cards, $17 million were spent at Amazon, and $3.5 million at big box stores and home improvement stores. So it's about 40% of these card spendings were just sort of these shopping online and in person.
So, Rachel, was there anything weird in there that you saw that you would think, why would they be, purchasing this? Was there anything that kind of didn't pass the smell test, so to speak?
Nothing big. So we looked at starting from the top of the large expenses. Again, a lot of travel, a lot of hotels, a lot of food, car rentals, that sort of thing. There wasn't anything that didn't pass the smell test, sort of at the very top of the high numbers. So just to compare over last year, as I mentioned, this is the first year that we really did get the actual spending. Last year, they spent $45.5 million on these cards. So this year now it's $53 million. So that's about maybe I think about a 16 or 70% increase. So I do want to give kudos to the district for improving its transparency. And then starting next year, we can sort of do a better comparison now that we have the real figures.
And just before we let you go, oftentimes you will compare our city to another city similar in size and sort of nature like Nashville sometimes. Does our district, fifth largest in the nation, does it seem to match sort of what you're seeing in other major cities?
Yeah, we don't have credit card spending yet so far for this year for Nashville. That's the one that you mentioned that we do like to compare a lot. We don't have their spending, and they are actually a much smaller school district because Clark County is so large. Right. But yeah, you will see tens of millions of dollars being spent on these P cards. The one thing in terms of smell test is that, look, there are hundreds of these cards out there. And so, there is an opportunity, obviously, for people to buy things, pay for things, without oversight. They don't need any sort of approval necessarily to pay for things on these P cards. So we'll take a closer look for next year too when we have those numbers, and we can compare and contrast over years.
Rachel O'Brien, keeping everyone honest, so you didn't find any like strip club spending or Adele show tickets or anything like that.
No, I would have liked to have gone to an Adele show, but no, there were no strip clubs either.
All right. Thank you very much, Rachel. Appreciate you. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll see you again next week.